In this video, we're gonna take your strict press looking like this to this. What's going on, everyone? Charles here at CrossFit Invigorate. If you know me, I'm a stickler for my overhead pressing movements. In this video, we're gonna go over our elbow positioning, our hand placement, where to put our feet, how to brace, our head placement, and bar path in the strict press. All right, first things first, I'm gonna go over is about the bracing and the best way that I found to teach people how to brace correctly for strict press, any type of overhead movements, jerks, push press, all that good stuff, is actually by doing dead bugs. So you're gonna lay down flat on your back and you wanna take out all the arch in that low back. You wanna think about pressing your belly button down into the ground. Now you have a nice flat back. You can't reach your hand underneath your back, right? So all we're gonna do is brace and then relax. And then brace, feel that squeeze. So you pull in your belly button in toward your spine and then relax. You're gonna do that dead bug bracing exercise for a few sets of 5, and then we're gonna hop to the bar. All right, we have the barbell set up in the rack about shoulder height, a little bit below shoulder height. And we're gonna talk about hand placement here. So hand placement, for me, I go a thumb's width outside of where the knurling starts, and that puts my pinkies right inside that Olympic mark on the barbell. Now, if I was to put that barbell in the front rack, notice how my hands are just slightly outside the shoulders. That's what I want to see. I don't want you so narrow that your hands are touching your shoulders, and I don't want you looking like one of the Colombian weightlifters with their hands all the way out wide. About a thumb's width outside the shoulders is what we're looking for. Another common mistake that I see in the strict press is people have their feet too narrow, and whenever they go to press, if they get off balance at all, they're done. So you need to have your feet hip to shoulder width apart, depending on how long your legs are. If you have longer legs, maybe a little bit wider, maybe shoulder width. That way, whenever you go to press, you have a solid base to press off of. All right, let's talk about our front rack positioning. Now, if you struggle with your front rack, I'm gonna leave a link to a video. Hopefully I figure it out up in this corner. If not, you can find it in the description where I go over how to fix your front rack. But I'm gonna go over where I want your elbows to be. A lot of people overlook the elbows when they talk about any type of pressing movement. So a common mistake I see is people have that barbell in the front rack and they have their elbows pointed straight forward like so. And if you think about it, if you go to press with your elbows straight forward, look how far my elbows have to travel. Maybe if I stand a little bit to the side here, watch my elbows. Not only do they have to go up, but then they have to come back in line with my body, right? So if we think about taking those elbows from pointing forward to like you're opening sliding doors and get those elbows pointed down and out, now watch, look where my elbows are. Now watch what happens whenever I press. The elbows are already in line with the body and they don't have to make a massive arch to come back, right? They're already down and out, so they can just press straight up. So think about getting those elbows 45-degree angle, and then you're opening sliding doors in that front rack. All right, another thing we'll go over is head placement. I grabbed a PVC pipe for this because your boy's getting tired of holding a barbell in the front rack. So head placement, I see a lot of people whenever they go to do a strict press, they don't move the head or chin at all, and then they do this motion here where they come, they push out, and then start pressing up, right? Not only is that incredibly inefficient, but once you get higher in the percentages of your, let's just say your strict press, any millimeter that that bar gets out away from your center of gravity, you're more likely not going to make that lift, and you're making it extremely more difficult for yourself. So what we want to think about doing is we're in this nice solid front rack positioning, and we want to think about tilting the head back and then looking down our nose, right? So we're not cocking our head back like a chicken here. We're tilting our head back and we're still looking down our nose at the wall or our target in front of us. That way it gets the chin out of the way where you can press that barbell up and back, right? We want to go not just straight up with that barbell, but we want to finish over the base of our skull. So for girls, if you have a ponytail, where that ponytail attaches behind the head. Guys, if you don't have a ponytail, you just have to pretend for today that you do. So you're gonna move that chin back, you're gonna press that barbell up until it gets about your forehead, and you wanna start pressing that barbell back, get the head through the window, and that barbell is gonna finish right over the base of the skull. Now, the last thing I'll go over is that bracing that we did for the dead bug, right? So whenever we're in this front rack position, right, you wanna get that brace, that belly button, pull it in, squeeze the core here, boom. Whenever you go to press, that's gonna help keep those ribs down. So what I don't wanna see is this right here, right? You wanna keep that belly button squeezed in, keep that core nice and tight, and keep that back as flat as possible. There you have it, guys. There are my tips for a solid strict press. Like I said, if you have trouble with that front rack mobility, be sure to check out that video that I linked. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. That way we can get that front rack nice and solid so you have a solid base to build off of. Next week, we're gonna go over the push press. So this is gonna be a progression to jerks here. So we're gonna go over strict press, then we're gonna go over push press, then we'll go over push jerks, and then finally we'll end maybe on split jerks if that's something y'all wanna see. But if you're in the Huntsville or Madison, Alabama area and you're looking for the best gym community in town, please be sure to check us out, CrossFit Invigorate. I will leave a link down below where you can click and you can get a free intro class. You can come in, meet the community, meet the coaches, change your life, and we will love to have you. If there's anything else that you want to see specifically, whatever movement you want to see, be sure to drop it down in the comments below, and I will try my best to get a good video made for you. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.